Oh,
Good banter. That's some good banter.
Hello and welcome. It is episode 25 of Good Banter, and we have made it to the quarter century.
well, after listening to the first episode, Tommy, where we interviewed DC,
I certainly do.
and Connell, and we were fucking all over the shop. You would have thought, I don't know if this is going to last past 5.
But we have
Come back with a vengeance, mate. We're good. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, no, going well. Been busy.
Congratulations as well, mate. Sold out run
Sold out
at
run
the festival
at the Melbourne
in
International
15
Comedy
seater,
Festival.
was it?
Yeah, no, it was a very small room, but a sellout's a sellout.
That's it, mate.
Yeah, we were chatting. We're talking about guys. Because the festival finished last night.
Yeah, so obviously when you listen to this, we're recording this about a week beforehand. So because I'm going away, so we'll talk about where I'm going later on. But festival finished last night, and you're a little dusty, mate.
Yeah, dry as a fucking
ship.
So it was the last night of the festival. Well, because I'm not a huge drinker anymore. I certainly have been in the past. I'm still definitely binge. When one's too many, thousand's not enough.
But you're not like because I sometimes. Like Kristen, she likes a wine, so I'll have a few beers and a wine. But Tammy's not a big drinker.
No, we don't really drink at home. But this week, 7 shows in a row in the city at the Imperial, and I drank every night. Like after the show,
you got to,
you have to. And I had friends at every show, so I want to catch up with them. I had my parents.
Yeah.
They came along. My sisters. So they're all at different nights. You can't just walk out and go straight home.
Have a Diet Coke or a water. You got to have
do it.
And you sort of reward yourself as well. It's like
you got to wind down.
You got to wind down, mate.
Yeah.
You're buzzing. You know, the crowd's up. You're up. I went and saw the show last Tuesday. It was well done, mate. It was a good show.
It was good fun.
I enjoyed it.
It was good fun. It was a little bit silly. All my sort of a best of sort of vibe, but it was just good fun. But hit the sort of drinking at 2 or 3 pints every night.
That's solid.
Sometimes a bit more, but last night, tied one on. It got it started before the gig, which I hadn't done. Got on the piss.
A couple of points.
Yeah.
Well, you knew the show. You were ready to go. Party time.
Drank a pint during the gig. Which is always
good.
A good sign that you're relaxing.
Yeah.
And then afterwards went up to the rooftop. Great rooftop.
Good rooftop there
but
at the
must
XE.
I say, and this isn't
Imperial. Sorry.
Imperial.
Yeah, sorry.
Imperial.
Sorry.
And this isn't just on the Imperial because I've got around to a few bars. I got to say, I might have just been having a bad run, but the bar service
woeful,
appalling.
People
they don't give a fuck.
Look at you, and it's like you're fucking invisible sometimes.
I was there Saturday night, and it was like 5, 6, 7 people deep, and you would think, geez, these guys should be busting their
Hurry
ass.
up, let's pour some beers, make some cocktails.
No increase in intensity.
They do not give a fuck.
Because I remember going to the pub and it was busy. And granted, back in those days, 95% of people had Carlton Draft. So it was just a Carlton Draft tap.
Now there's 35 different beers on tap. Can I have the mango sour camel toe lager?
Yep.
And you're like, where the fuck's that? You got to go 20 metres to get. So there are a lot more beers.
But
and fucking get on board.
And I was, so my wife was there that Saturday night with a few friends, and all the girls are drinking different shit. Like I reckon back in the day, a bartender probably had to know how to pull a beer and maybe 10
and how to kick
15,
someone out of a fucking pub.
Yeah, how to kick someone out. How to duck a bloody haymaker over the bar, and vodka raspberry, bourbon and coke,
standard,
southern and coke, and maybe 5 cocktails.
Cocktails weren't massive back then, were they?
No, but and shots. Your cocksucking cowboys and your tequila and so forth. But now every person's ordering something different. It's a fucking nightmare. Like the staff were out. And I don't know how I feel about this, but the staff had their phones out, Googling shit. Like you'd ask for, I was ordering these fucking spritz things for
Aperol Spritz.
Yeah, and not for myself, for
the
girls.
If you want one,
and
have one, mate,
and
just
so,
to relax.
So the girls the bartender's got the Google out.
Google.
Yeah, working out. So you do every order. The Google's out, and because there's so much so many drinks, they got to find the shit. It's a fucking dog's breakfast back there.
Does that come down to training, Tom? Does that come
they
down?
better
Maybe they're not
training.
getting trained properly. Maybe the pubs are just going, we'll employ any old Tom, Dick, and Anal. And,
I don't know.
Are they train them? Like, how do you make an Aperol Spritz? Because I worked in a bar when I first moved to Port Douglas, and I must admit, I'd done a resort management course, but I'd never worked in a fucking bar.
Okay.
So I had no idea what one time.
Busy bar or just a sort of...
No, it was
pub.
extremely... No, it was like a resort in the middle of the rainforest. It was called Silky Oaks.
Sounds beautiful.
Oh, it was lovely.
Yeah.
It was out past Mossman, and it was where couples had come to just unwind. And, if they want to get a bit romantic.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So each hut, the little huts that they were set in the middle of the rainforest, there was a hammock on the balcony. You could hear the running water of the Mossman Gorge.
Oh,
and
beautiful,
no
man.
TV in the
fuck that.
in the room. So
Fuck
that's
that.
pretty Yeah, people would come up and go, where's the TV,
Get
mate?
internet? I would have been a bit before sitting there watching YouTube and shit.
Yeah, it was. This is 2008.
Okay.
But one time, this group of American, because it was with Voyagers, they were a group of resorts.
Yep.
So they'd go to like Kings Canyon and they'd be all inclusive. Then they rock up, and about 30 Americans rocked up. All these sort of la-di-da, you could tell they had a bit of arrogance about
bit of
them.
money.
Bit of money, and they're just ordering these martinis. And I hadn't made a fucking martini.
So, and you didn't have Google back then?
I didn't have Google back then. I was going off a bartender's book I got at uni, and it's telling me like 30 mils of gin or whatever they're fucking made out of. And I put 30 mils into this massive martini glass. It looks like a fucking... Well, it is a shot. And they go, nah, fill it up, man, fill it up. And I'm like, oh, all right, fill it up. I'm fucking doing whatever.
Oh,
and then, I don't know whether I mentioned this as well, but they said some of them are made with a peel of lemon. I go, what the fuck's that? So I was putting like a wedge. I was putting a wedge of lemon on, but a peel of lemon is just a lemon rind. You do that, then you squeeze it in. And you got to swirl the dry vermouth, and I'm making all these cocktails.
Sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Oh, it was a bloody nightmare, and I'm there sending them back, going, these are shit. What's going on? Fucking sack him. This is like my first week in the job. I'm like, oh God.
I thought they might have sort of got into it a bit excited that they could sort of
train me,
you?
teach. There's just so many as well, so I was under the pump, and I definitely, I didn't have the Google, and maybe one of them should have come in and just showed me. In the end, I had to call someone from the restaurant and go, "How do I fucking make these?" And this older lady just came in.
Well, I would have thought when I said before, you'd know 5 cocktails. Martini's probably one of them.
Yeah, but
so that might be on you.
That's probably on me. It's probably on the training as well.
On the poor training.
I think the dude.
Maybe you lying your way into the job.
No, well,
saying you had been
I
trained.
applied for it, but I wanted to be a porter. I just wanted to be a dipshit who carried the bags in for the people.
And they gave you
that'd be perfect. I wanted the tips. I just go, where do you want your bags? Here's your room. There's no TV. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know it's fucked. Whatever.
It's fucked.
But then they were bumping me up, going, oh, come on. I want you to
Tom
work
Cruise.
in the bar.
Yeah.
You could be cocktail,
You could
Tom
be the
Cruise.
man.
And first week I got taught like once how to make a martini with the dry vermouth or whatever. How you swirl. Do you know about that?
No.
Well, fucking don't pin me.
No, but I did a Have I told you about the time I did the course?
What course?
I told you this story.
The
bar course.
Is that like the responsible service of alcohol?
No, it was before then. Back when you could bloody do whatever you want. Serve. Yeah.
Was this after you went to Alcoholics Anonymous?
This was before I went to Alcoholics Anonymous. So this was I would have been just turned 18. I was back in Wodonga, and I was thought, what can I do? So I took a I think it was.
Did you have a job at the time, or what were you?
I might have been working at Pinky's Pizza or something like that.
Remember the old famous Pinky's Pizza?
Yeah, so I did this course, and so they guaranteed no one had ever failed the course. That was the claim.
As long as you got the cash.
Yeah, yes, but they said it's you pass the course, you get this certificate, you're guaranteed a job. And anyway,
it is Wodonga, mate.
It is Wodonga, yeah. But so I this is, and looking back now, when I'm quite sure I have a learning disability when I can't remember, because I just can't remember shit. And so I just did the whole week, and it's like I took nothing in.
Yeah.
It was just in one ear, out the other.
I was like that with 12 years of school.
Yeah.
So,
pretty similar.
Don't be so hard on yourself, mate.
So anyway.
So what were you learning? Yeah, sorry, I'll let you finish. Sorry,
we used to bloody drink the fucking cocktail. We'd make the cocktails and we're allowed to drink them. So I'm getting poleaxed every night.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and I couldn't remember shit that I'd made, and it was and anyway, so it came to, we had a
Spew
big
up, it was red.
It was red. So it came to the big night, the Friday night, and what we had to do, do a written test, and then we had to pick in front of everyone, the whole class, like 15, 20 people were at this bar, and they would pick something out of a hat. And for example, you'd go
rabbit.
No, a drink.
Oh, drink.
So they'd pick out, so bloody Judy'd walk up, pull out a martini.
Judy. Where was she?
And Judy wasn't there. It'd be martini, and obviously you'd be
Don't
fucked
ask
with the
Evan
martini, and they'd have to get up there, and everyone made it. And
did you feel under pressure?
Oh, absolutely fucking shit myself. So my whole future is in the hands of not my skill set, because I do not have the skill set. It's just
depending on what drink.
Just fluking. If I could pull out a
Pour a
Sam
beer.
Booker shot or something.
Yeah.
Well, funny you say that. She went up and grabbed mine. This lady that guaranteed everyone passed. I swear, grabbed Tom Siegert, pull a beer, and in front of everyone. And I got on well with everyone, and so everyone wasn't like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, I was a fair bit younger than everyone. Everyone was sort of maybe mid-20s, late 20s, and I was 18.
This bloke's going nowhere.
Yeah,
his career in bartending is not going to pan out well.
So anyway, so she goes, pull a beer. And I was like, oh, thank fuck. So I've walked up, and I don't know whether I've flicked the beer over, and it's sort of got it's like a gear. You can go to the top.
Oh,
and then
was it straight pull down or
no? It was this weird sort of click thing, and
no.
So I click, and then I went click, and it came down and just went and just exploded, sort of just pure white froth. And I've gone, oh fuck me, and I flicked it back up, and it splattered everywhere, and so I was just there holding this pot of pure fucking froth, and everyone's looked at me, and I've looked, and I've just held it up and go, cheers, and and had a little sip, like I'd poured the perfect fucking pot, and everyone had a laugh, and then she goes, oh, you know what, that happens quite often. You've just, the tough bit is repairing it.
End of the keg, end of the keg,
and you've just got to the hard bits, actually then turning that into a good beer, and then I poured the beer on the side, and
that's right. You tip 35 litres of beer out before you
So empty the keg to get one pint.
So
one pot. But
the pub that we're going to employ you, we're going to go, fuck, we went through 35 kegs.
It's a good
tonight,
night, but
we've only done 20 pots.
Yeah, well, mate, I've got a rich history of really falling apart under pressure.
I don't know how. Some of the stories you've told me on this, I do not know how you've made it to 42 or 43 or whatever, and your kids are alive, you've got a wife, you've got a house. I don't know how you've done it.
I'm not good under pressure. I'll tell you this one. I went to get my driver's license, and I've been driving around for fucking a long time. Like I knew how to drive.
Did you get it on your 18th? Were you one of those kids?
No, I was overseas. Went for 18.
Right,
so I was I was quite a bit older, and but I knew how to drive, and we used to bloody take the car for a bit of a spin all the time. So I knew how to drive. So anyway, so it's come to the big day, and I've done all the training and come to
manual, auto,
manual.
Yes,
and,
well done.
And so I've sat down, and he goes, okay, just reverse out of the car park. Let's get the ball rolling. And I'm just... I'm like, what the fuck was that? So I've gone...
You can't find them, grind them, mate.
Oh, and just fucking... I didn't have my foot on the clutch.
Idiot.
I went 5 times at it before I just go, oh, the fucking clutch. the clutch. So and just absolutely fucking fell apart at the seams. Forgot about the clutch, and I'm going out of the fucking driveway.
Did you put your seatbelt on? Did you put
the seatbelt on? And then I went straight down. I chucked a left and ran a fucking red in the main street of Wodonga. He goes, mate, we better go back.
We better start again, mate.
Yeah, so we went back and I failed, and then and then I went back. It was bloody devastating because I said to blokes, we're going out that night. I said, I'll drive, I'll pick you up, and then
the car doesn't have a clutch, does it? Because if it does, we're fucked.
Yeah, so that was a bloody. That was.
So how many you got on the second go?
Got on the second, and even then, it was a mate's next door neighbour that was the teacher, and that was the instructor.
Was she an actual instructor? Or
Yeah. No, and he was a good. And I knew him really well, great bloke, and he just I could have fucking wrapped it around a tree, would have given it to me. So I wish I'd have got him the first time. But it was a disaster, and I went to get my truck licence, fucking failed that.
Well, they got about 17, 18 gears. How'd you go? Oh, well, if not surprising, you failed your truck licence.
Eventually, my medium rigid, but then it was bullshit. I went to get the truck licence, and there was this pile of tarps and all these ropes, and they said you got to put these tarps over the truck and do these knots. And I was looking and go, I have no fucking idea how to tie a knot.
No, that's exactly. I'm just worried about driving this fucking thing.
And I convinced her. I said, we've got lots of ratchet tie downs and all this sort of shit. We don't use rope. And she's like, oh, okay. So yeah, bloody.
So you're doing the full on semi trailer,
a medium rigid, which is big, a big truck.
Oh, it's a big truck.
Oh, you're driving a Bunnings car park.
Did
I've
you
wiped
have
out a few signs. I tell you
did
what.
you have to meet up, go to a truck stop or something, and meet up with a trucker and get a blowjob or anything?
Yeah,
like that,
you had to do all that. Yeah, you had to do the blowjob bit and
speed. Did you get on the speed?
Yeah, no, I had I think. You had to get your licence, had to do maybe 2 grams of speed.
Great.
So
did you learn how to change the speedo so you can go over 100?
Oh, 100%.
And how to dodge your logbook?
Yeah, done that.
You're a great truckie.
Had to hang out the window, tell the bloke to go fuck himself. And, yeah, it was good.
Run a car off the fucking road.
Yeah.
Get right up your ass.
Go to a petrol station, have a wank in a petrol station cubicle. So I did all that. It was.
I like the. Isn't there a bit of I don't know, where you go to the country and you see one of those truckers' lounges?
Oh,
yeah, I just want to get in there.
What's in that truckers' lounge?
And the truckers like that, because that's where they have their shower and they come out smelling all nice.
That's where the good steaks are.
That's where the good steaks are. Yeah, they're great. Oh, gotta love a truckers' lounge.
Yeah, bloody good. But mate, we got lots to talk about.
Oh, we got lots to talk about.
Got off track here with me.
No, that's right.
What were you? Did you have anything more to say about your bloody little bar job that you were no good at, or was that?
No, that was pretty shit. No, I mean, like I said, anyone who listens to this realises that my stories start off, this is going somewhere, and then everyone goes, they just peter out. It's a bit like
you're selling yourself short, mate.
No, that's right. It's just you're a good storyteller. You got a lot of good. No, that's all right, mate. I've got
every episode.
We're at 18 minutes, mate. So
we're 18 minutes in.
We're 18 minutes in. We haven't even
tell some
scratched
stories.
The surface.
Well, can I tell you a story that I'm really excited about?
Well, hang on. Did you want to talk? Who'd you get caught up with on last night at the bloody festival?
I'm feeling so hungover.
Well, we're just all over the joint.
Let's get all over the joint. I'm drinking a bloody
lemonade. Cool, refreshing drink.
I just cooked up 3 big lamb chops. They were off the
I can smell them,
charts.
but I'm not a fan of them.
Oh, mate, there's nothing better with a hangover.
Nah,
get some salt, some 3 lamb chops, no vegetables, just your knife and fork, just eat the lamb chops.
Just, mate. See, I put them, you had a little discussion. I put them in a category. I've got certain categories for food, and I put lamb chops in the category of too much effort, not enough reward.
Mm.
So,
yeah, that's...
Do you know what I'm saying? Just the bone.
It is effort.
Same with
reward,
cutlets. They can go get fucked.
I agree with half of what you're saying. There's a little bit of effort, but the reward is just off the charts for lamb.
But you got to have 5 to fill you up.
Yeah.
So
look,
that's what
true.
I'm saying. And then you got to
it's a bit
eat
pricey,
around.
but
you get it all over your finger. It's like prawns.
It's beautiful.
You got to have 30 prawns to get a feed.
They're a lot of work. They're a lot of work.
Too much work, not enough reward.
Probably
chicken drumsticks.
One thing I will agree with you, or too much work, not enough reward, is and this is going to make me sound a bit wanky, but the fucking lobster. Very overrated.
Yeah.
The meat's not even that good, and you got to take a week off work to fucking to
Pay for it
or
eat it.
well, not to pay for it. You need to go to work for a week to pay for it.
Yes.
And just to dig the fucking meat out, enough meat to, and yeah, it's not a meal. It's
Like
a
it
bloody
looks
mouthful.
good. It's a more a prestige thing, isn't it? It's like
it
a
is.
Crown Lager.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm on the Crownies." You're like, "You're a fucking
Are they
loser,
still around,
mate."
the Crownies?
Yeah, they are.
Bloody hell.
They're around the Crownies. I heard someone who was I chatting to. They had 3 Crownies the other night. I go, woof. I haven't seen a Crownie for a while.
I remember back in the day, it was like driving a bloody Porsche. If you were
On the
on the
Crownies.
Crownies, it was a real sign of
Wealth and-
Yeah,
A real wanky sort of thing, the old Crownies.
yeah. But was it ever true that rumour that it was just
Foster's slops or something.
or just
Is it-
just Foster's
The good stuff of the Fosters.
I thought it was
That's-
just exactly the same drink.
No, someone said the other day that was floating around that the good stuff of the Fosters, they'd put that in the Crown, and then once they pour it and started tasting a bit shitty, they go, "All right, we're on to the Fosters now."
That's the Fosters.
That's the Fosters.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, Big D, if you can fact
Yeah,
check
Big
that
D.
one for us, let us know. Is Crown Lager really just Fosters? Yeah.
Interesting.
So-
So anyway, so last gig, good times, went well, sold out, which was only, as we mentioned, it's only 50 people, but
mate,
but a lot of so had a few footy mates there, had a few beers with them. A guy down from Darwin, had a couple of beers with him, a couple of comedians there, beer with him, and then we went down to the
Exford?
No, I didn't go to the Exford.
Okay.
Went to the upstairs at the Euro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was great up there, and they had a bloody free piss. Had free piss for the comics, which was great. So went up there, got on the piss. I was drinking the alcoholic ginger beer, bloody
Ooh,
delicious.
hello.
And a couple
They go
of
down.
vodka raspberries, and then started chatting to, and this is where the night turned. Chris Franklin,
Oh, yeah, the bloke.
the bloke. For those
Bloke
that don't know
himself.
Chris Franklin, legendary Australian comic, the guy that wears the flanny, he's got the mullet,
Thong.
he's sung bloke,
Yeah.
and he said he's actually the proudest moment of his life. He cracked open a Carlton draft. This is going back a couple of weeks ago to read the fact.
The fact.
The fact. And the fact, fun fact, in the Carlton draft was about him.
It was, I think he might have posted that on social media.
Oh, did he?
I think
Yeah, I
he
can
loves
imagine that would have
he
been
loves
pretty
a
big for
blowing
him.
his own trumpet
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So it was, what are the two songs that mentioned VB?
Yeah.
And one was Bloke and one was...
I don't know.
I can't remember. I can't remember. I got pretty pissed. But
For a hard-earned thirst.
So I got in a shout with him, and he wasn't going to drink, but he's clearly
alcoholic.
he's on the last day of a 30-day absolute
Binge.
bender. He's over from Tassie without the wife. He's staying on top.
She
of
was
the
there
pub.
for a bit, but
Oh, was
Michelle, she goes hard as
Yeah,
well.
she's hard
She
at
may
it.
as well have. They're as bad as each other.
So so it makes no difference that she's not there.
No, it doesn't matter.
And anyway, so I've gone back to the Exford, which is where his old he's staying upstairs,
Living there.
and he showed me his tab that he hasn't paid yet. So he's day 30.
Because what people realise, he stays there and he MCs the after party.
Yeah.
So every night of the festival, there is an after party at the Exford Hotel. Comics jump up. It's called the Bear Pit.
Is it?
It's called that's what. Yeah, they call it
didn't
the
know
Bear
that.
Pit, but it's tamed right down.
Has it?
But he MCs it most nights if he's if he's there, $100 a night.
It used to
I think
be
he
wild. I MC'd there once and a guy got stabbed.
Yeah, it's
what-
quite right.
yeah.
It's actually a pretty good gig.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, it was a fucked. Or the night. Yeah, obviously not. The guy got stabbed. It wasn't a great night.
it's not great.
And so that's another story for another time. The guy
Yeah,
got
yeah, we'll
stabbed.
do
But anyway, so I just said to him, how much alcohol have you drank in this 30 days? Because he basically wakes up, has a couple of dimmies, and gets back on the piss.
Yeah.
And he said, well, there's my bar tab, and they had these bits of paper just stuck to the wall, and they do a little cross, and when they get to 5, you
Cross
do
it
little
4,
crosses.
and then you cross it out. That's 5.
And Jesus, I didn't count them, and this is keeping in mind that this is only at that
venue.
Yeah, so he said, keep in mind that's only at that venue. I've gone to other venues every night, and I'm drinking. I'm going out to clubs, and so there must have been several hundred drinks.
Well, there was 4 sheets. You showed
There was
me the
4
photo. We'll get the
sheets. We'll get
photo
the
up
photo
on
up.
the Good Banter Instagram.
It was, I don't know whether it's impressive or concerning or... So he's but he had a great fucking plan. So what he did, he said, you'll notice most of them are VB cans.
Yep.
And I said, yeah, because you would think if you go to a pub, you'd rather drink a pot than a VB can. You know, you drink VB.
Oh, is this the thing where he buys the slab?
He buys the slab.
Yeah.
So he every 24 he goes, so I'll try and finish on a perfect 24. So then he, instead of paying $5
a
can, he's going to go and
paid for the slab.
He goes and pays in the bottle shop because the joint's got a bottle shop and gets the slab instead of paying bar prices. That's pretty good.
That's very good. And I don't know if that would work for everybody.
No, because you've got to drink in multiples of 24, which is pretty high.
Sure. Well, about 2015, he was trying. He put it at the start of the festival. He said, this will tell you sort of where he's at drinking-wise. He said, in the... whatever it is, 24 or 28 days or whatever it is of the festival, I want to drink 1,000 beers.
1,000 beers.
He said, I've got to do something like 27 a day.
Well, you got to have goals, you got to have dreams. And
that's fucked his, 24 average, though. Because he's...
Yeah.
Yeah, so
but I
he's
guess
going 3.
Maybe at the end he's added another...
He's just bought a truckload of VB.
When you're getting that many, it doesn't really matter.
No, that's right.
Geez, that's impressive. How did he go? Did he drink
I think...
beers?
No, he didn't. He's still alive, but I think he said on the first day he got to maybe 23 or something.
Yep.
And then slowed up, he had 17.
You couldn't fall behind.
You couldn't fall behind, otherwise it just gets too much.
Yeah.
It gets too much.
So, and then he
said...
drink 90
and then
or
on the third day he said, I've got to drink fucking... 40 or something today to catch up. So you're just like...
But 40, like, saying, you've got to drink 40 beers is insane.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I think he could drink 40 cans in a day.
I think he could. I've seen him have, say, 15 before a gig. 15 cans of VB. How would you be after 15 cans?
I'd be throwing up. They'd have to put me in a wheelbarrow to put me on stage.
Wouldn't I be able, that's exactly right.
Yeah, and he got up.
This was in Echuca. This was the Aussie Pub Comedy Tour, and he had 15 cans before the gig. Kristen's uncle was at the show. He was, he probably had 3 during the set, because what happens is you'll get him one and then you'll be drinking and someone goes, scull it. So he'll scull a few during his set. So he's up to 16 or 17, and after the gig, he's talking like he was a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know? And
unbelievable.
Kristen's uncle, Dottie,
freak.
Could not believe it. He goes, what? He's drunk 15, 18 beers. I go, yeah, how would you be? He goes, Jesus Christ. Unbelievable.
He would have many nights where the pay that he got
is gone.
Well, would just be go over the bar.
Well, he's a gambler as well.
Oh boy, he's got his vices.
There's one time he was doing a gig for me in February. It might have been obviously not last year, the year before. So 2 years ago, he was doing a gig for me in Feb. This is December. He did a gig up somewhere near the Murray. He rings me. He goes, "Oh, Budsy, mate, I've got a fucking issue. I got a chunk of money for this gig last night, but I put it through the pokies after the fucking gig. But I've got to go back to Lonnie, Tassie, with some cash. Otherwise, the missus, Michelle, lovely lady, is going to fucking throttle me. Is there any chance I could get an advance on that fucking gig that's in 3 months?" I said, lucky I'm a good bloke.
Yeah, so
I
did it.
Saved his ass. So I'm a good man.
Yeah, but he's it sounds like we're really hanging shit on him.
Great,
mate. He's a great bloke. Very interesting. His knowledge of the defence force and stuff is really...
He's a cook in
the army. But, and he's gone over to entertain the troops a lot. But another interesting fact about Chris Franklin, and you can look this up, he had
Google it.
The last reported case of scurvy.
Yes.
So
and he wasn't on a ship.
He wasn't on a ship or a pirate or living
in the 1800s.
Yeah, he has just because he basically doesn't eat any vegetables.
No.
Or any vegetables.
Well, I said to him, because he's got bad blood pressure, and I
Yep.
said to him one time, I said, with the blood pressure, can't you just fix it with diet? And he said, well, why would I do that when I can just take a fucking tablet
Yeah, that's a good
every
point.
day, which is... He's got to, he's a very smart man. When you put it that way, you think, yeah, fucking
Yeah,
why?
yeah,
But
yeah.
do you know who nursed him back to health?
No.
Annalise Brackensack. Or Zach. Brackensack?
Brackensack.
Remember her? She
Backencrack.
passed away a couple of years ago, maybe.
Oh,
remember,
yeah.
blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. She basically looked after him when he had the scurvy.
She a nurse or she knew him? Or?
No, just friend.
Wow.
And, she nursed him back to health and brought the big fella back to life after having the old topsy-turvy scurvy.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
he's lived a life. He had a top number one hit.
Oh, well,
He had,
he did.
yep.
Yep.
He's,
You haven't done that.
no, I certainly have
Neither
not.
have I.
So, anyway, so I drank with him and obviously, fucking, what hope did I have? And I was
None.
shit house and put me in a cab and...
You're going all right, though.
Yeah, I'm not...
fired
Just
back.
had my chops
That's good.
and... Yeah, but it is, buddy, 8 o'clock at night.
Well,
so-
that's what I find as well. You have a few big nights. It's not until you start functioning at about 5, 6 in the arvo, and you're like, oh God, what have I done today?
You're just
I'm
on
an
survival mode. You're just on... Today was survival. It was
Yeah.
like nothing. Didn't achieve anything. Had to go to Southland, get the boys' haircuts. That
and
was a fucking nightmare.
when you've got to function around people, when you're hungover, it's just in Southland. It feels like everything's in fast forward. What's
it
going
was
on?
nice. Although the old with a hangover, the old food court, not a bad place because you've got a
Yeah.
real mix. You could whatever you're feeling like. I had a little schnitz, made a little
you
schnitz
like your
burger.
schnitz.
Oh, I love me schnitz. Bit of
What have you
avocado.
eat? Run us through your diet today, then. Run us through your hangover.
Oh, well, I ate
Cure.
nothing till 1.
Yeah, okay.
I can't even have water. Like, I can't even drink water with a hangover. I just feel like I'm going to throw up. Yeah, and then had me schnitz. Then didn't have anything until me 2 chops, my 3 chops then.
And you've
so,
drunk
not
5
bad.
litres of
I've drank
lemonade.
8 litres of, lemonade. You got to have lemonade. What a product.
Oh, isn't it?
What a
great
magical
stuff.
product.
Yeah. Good stuff. It's great stuff.
So, so that was, that was the festival. But yeah, it was successful. It was great to see lots of people after the gig, lots of friends and families, and I think it was well received.
And a
It
few
was,
listeners.
yeah,
popped
a few
down.
listeners.
Old Ruskell said
Yeah, Ruskell from
dropped,
a previous episode. He was there.
he dropped down and said he went to steal one of your books and said, I'm Ruskell! And he gave it back, though. He's a good man.
Yeah,
He's a good man. We did learn about the old Ruskelling. So he wasn't... Were you anyone Ruskell in your tin?
No, I'm not
No.
Ruskell on mine. Not
No,
much
that's
money
good.
in my tin, which is good. So that was about it for the festival. But I did a Saturday. Jeez, I had a busy day. I'm coaching fucking Auskick.
Yeah, and what happened there? Because I think, did you say it was maybe a bit of you might have been lagged in to do this?
Well, I'm playing footy.
Yes, you are.
And it has more terms and conditions than a bloody...
And the other one, because 2 episodes ago, we were wondering, is Tom going to get a game? What's happening? Can we do a little tease?
I did play. So,
You got a game?
Yeah, played in the twos.
Which young up and coming kid's spot did you take?
Yeah, well, he's left the club now, so
Okay.
because he missed out. No, it was all good. Everyone was in. As I played in the two, started on the bench, rotation. Remember the old days? You're on the bench. You're there for 3
You're there
quarters.
for
Not
3 quarters.
anymore. 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
12 on,
Someone
4 off.
Concussion test or something, and
Yeah.
Tom Siegert's on.
Bloody sensational.
Jesus Christ, it's just so professional now, isn't it? Like in the twos, there were no rotations.
No.
Not at all.
If you came off in the second quarter,
You're not
you
getting
may
back
as well
on.
have a shower.
See you later.
Yeah,
Dickhead.
start drinking cans on the hill. But it was great. We played a side that hadn't lost in 2 years in the twos, and lost by 2 points. So it was
That's a win.
and we were
That's technically a win.
and we were really peppering in that last quarter. So
That's great,
obviously,
mate.
so things are on the up, and didn't play this week because of
Rotations.
festival commitments, and had a few gigs.
So you're sort of gone, I'm too good for this now.
Oh.
Now, you pick and choose when you're a
Pick
footballer
He's
and when
a little
you're a
bit
comic.
picky, a bit pick and choose. But in my defence,
Did
I'm 43. If I played every game, It's not going to happen. So I've got to, what do they call it?
Rest.
Self-preservation.
Self-preservation. Well, that's why you don't get a hard ball, isn't it?
Yeah,
So you don't put your head over the footy.
But unfortunately, I have to because I'm so slow. I've got no choice but to dive in. That's my game plan. See ball,
dive on ball, get caught holding the ball.
Pray the umpire's not
lenient,
which was fine. The umpire was about 11, and I've never seen a human being cop more abuse than this poor little umpire did. It was quite, it's a bit rough. Like, there were no boundary umpires, so they actually had to bring, and I'd never seen this before, but apparently it's happening quite a bit. So no boundary umpires, so they bring it in
and ball it up.
And ball it up.
What happened to the good old player closest to the ball throws it in?
Yeah, I don't think you'd be doing that. You'd be doing acting like a bloody quarterback, whipping it to your mate, running
whipping
down
it
the
in,
wing.
throwing it to the full forward.
Yeah, no good. You can't be doing that. So
so that's a big effort on the 11-year-old.
Oh, so and he had an older bloke with him. I don't know if he's 11. He was young. He was young, and I made an effort to go up at the end of the game and say, nice work,
good
boys.
on you, mate.
But
a little cock out.
And a big bloody brawl broke out, and he was in the middle there shitting himself.
I think him throwing the ball up's going to do fuck all.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Well, it was one of those brawls. Umpire's nightmare on the halftime side.
Oh, you can't stop those.
You can't stop it. What do you do? Just let the
crowd come in.
Yeah, absolute nightmare. I'm just standing. I was standing about 20 metres away from this brawl.
Were you thinking, do I fucking throw a few chicken wings? What do I do?
I was thinking, I am not going anywhere near that. That is not my cup of tea, what's going on in there.
You just don't need a fist to the side of the jaw when you're 43 and in self-preservation mode.
Yeah.
But you had the week off. You should have got in there, you pussy.
Yeah. I mean, anyway. But so that was good. Played footy. Might be playing again this week. The big Anzac Day game against Murrabina.
Oh, so just play the big ones?
The big ones, home games. It's all about bums on seats and getting people there. So yeah, might play. I'll train tomorrow night. And we'll see how we go. But so that's great. How long have we been going for?
Mate, we've been going for 35 minutes.
Crikey.
35 minutes.
Well, I'll just tell you quickly about the...
Yeah, tell us
I feel like I've been talking the whole time.
Yeah, you have actually. Oh, do you want me to tell you what I've got coming up? That'll be too long. What I do, after last week, I mentioned the piss story.
Yeah.
So last week I spoke about pissing on the ground, pissing in the bus.
Good story.
You were shitting yourself, and the card went out of the. So there was a lot of shit and piss last week. Remember when you shit yourself in China?
Yeah.
And the card just sort of bounced out.
Oh, I thought you said the car. Yeah, no,
not the car.
Go back to that episode. Yeah.
But I teased that year where plunger bit someone's balls.
Yep.
I urinated on the ground.
There's a bit going on.
There was a lot happening. One of the guys now, what used to happen pre-season is, and during the season, but this was pre-season, we'd come off the track, hot training session, and they'd get like the powdered Powerade.
Yeah,
whatever. They get the big sachets and they mix it up in the big Gatorade container.
Yep.
And they'd line up all these like lemon lime Powerades as you're coming off. And you just go, after a hot training session where you've just run your guts out, 400s, 800s, hill climbs.
Yep.
And you just knock down these Powerades and just go, oh, fuck, that's the stuff. You'd hit the showers, you'd change back into your shitty old work gear.
Yep.
And you get out of there. But a few guys, they were hanging around in the showers.
Okay.
And this was your mate
Phibbs,
who he got reported for he was my mate who got reported for pissing.
Yep.
And Muggins.
Oh, Muggsy.
It's Ryan Power. Power, good man. Anyway, they're in the shower and they've got their little Powerade cups.
Yep.
And Muggins sort of said to Fibber, he says, now, no one else was there at the time. We found out about this the next day.
Yep.
At the practice game. And Muggins said, oh, well, maybe I'll piss in the empty cup and put it back on the table.
Very crafty.
Which only had one cup of Powerade up there. So you're a 50-50 chance.
So it's a bloody piss roulette.
It's piss roulette.
Yeah.
It's like, piss roulette. That's what it is. 1 in 2 chance. 50-50 chance.
Well, I don't like those. Don't like those odds.
No, that's good. So Muggins puts it back up. He starts getting changed and Fibber goes to fill his drink bottle out of the big Powerade
Yep.
So fill up his bottle up with Powerade. And who walks in the door?
Coach.
The senior coach of the footy club who...
So what was he hoping? Just a player drinks the piss?
Well, I don't know. When you're pissing a cup, you think,
there's got to be
I don't think you think about consequences when you do that shit, do you?
If you piss in a cup and
you think someone's going to drink
something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like things. It's not going to end well.
No. But
anyway,
maybe if there's 20 cups and all the players are coming, it's 2 cups. So should I name the coach? Or? No, I better not. Anyway, Port Melbourne coach 2002. Look it up. Anyway, he walks in. Fibber's just like, he goes, oh.
And wouldn't be Gary Ayres back then, or this bloke.
It wasn't Ayres.
This bloke would be dead. This bloke would be dead.
This bloke would be fucking dead. Ayres would have put him through the bloody
lovely
wall.
bloke. I've met him a few times, Gary Ayres. Ripping
Ayres.
bloke, but I wouldn't fuck with him in a million years.
Yeah, no. Well, my brother said when he was at Essendon, like Ayres, he was just, he said, if the ball gets kicked into the our forward line, you want the forwards like smashing the pack. You want the backmen from the other team who are backing back into the pack. You want their sphincters twiddling. Yeah. So that next time they know they're not backing back into the pack. Anyway, senior coach comes in. He's backing right into the pack here. Fibber's pissing himself or going, what the fuck's going on here? He's going, oh, this is bad. So senior coach picks up
the urine
and just goes and just spits it out, goes, whoa, what the fuck is in this? It tastes like seawater. And Fibber loses his shit. He goes, oh, pissing himself. And he goes, Fibber, what's going on here? And he goes, oh, mate, I don't know, Dave, I don't know. Ask Muggins. And Muggins walks out of the...
who was the pisser, Muggins?
Muggins was the pisser.
Muggins.
Yeah. Muggins walks out with his towel and whatever. He goes, Muggins, what's going on? He goes, no, I don't know, Dave. It's just cordial. It's just cordial. And, mate, they were telling this story the next day. And, I think it was one of those ones where it was that unwritten rule where I think the coach knew what was going on.
Let's just pretend.
I think Muggins knew what was going on.
Let's just pretend it never happened. Don't mention the war.
And
Holy
Muggins didn't play many senior games that year.
He wouldn't have. That's a shocker.
So that's not great with the senior coach.
Yeah, I got a quick one. This is talking drinking urine and
why not? Get around it. It's healthy. It's sterile.
Look,
I like the taste.
And I won't name names, but this is a. We call it hibernation. We called our Mad Monday hibernation because we were bears and it was always hibernation. It was pretty. It was good.
Smart.
It was good. Anyway, they were like all of them, very messy, very messy. So this was probably day 2. Everyone's in pretty average.
Mad Monday. Sort of day 3, isn't it? You got Saturday night. You don't sleep Saturday.
Oh, no, I reckon this was the Sunday.
Okay,
I reckon this was the Sunday.
Apologies.
But it would be Sunday afternoon.
Oh, yeah. That's a good time. That's a good time.
Yeah. So no one slept. It's so
good.
Things are really, boys are really having some fun. There's some great banter. A lot of fun.
Something
Everyone's
to
having
keep
fun.
the boys up.
Yeah. So anyway, we're playing that game where I'm sure you've played it. There's the magic 20-cent piece. And basically, there's a 20-cent piece and someone's got it and if they can pop it in your drink, you've got to scull it. So someone's there drinking a pint, all of a sudden, bloop, bloop, you're like, motherfucker. So you've got to drink that. You've got to scull and then you've got the coin. So then you can pop it.
Such a powerful spot to be in, isn't
it? And it's... For such a simple game, it has such an impact because everyone's terrified of who's got the fucking coin.
But then people forget because they're so pissed as well, and they go, "Who's got the coin?" No one knows, and they're just talking.
And all of a sudden, bloop. Yep. And then everyone, you're always trying to obviously get one guy slaughtered.
That's right.
And anyway, so this guy's walked back from the bar with a jug,
Ooh.
and so he's got 2 jugs in both hands. So he's got no hands to defend himself or anything.
What an idiot! He needs a shepherd.
And then anyway, so guys come over, plop in the jug, and everyone's like, hey, because it was a good get because you're pretty rare that you're holding the jugs. So but this guy can scull, and he just went back. Tilted back and sculled the whole jug. And this is This is probably one of the craziest 2 minutes of my life as far as just absolute mayhem action. So he's sculled the jug and everyone's, hey, put the jug down, pulled down his pants, and then I'll say the jug, yes, so he got the coin, sat it on the bench, and everyone's cheered, pulled down his pants and did a wee in the and pissed in the jug.
He filled the jug?
And he completely filled the jug with his own urine. And
that's a better pour than your
so
fucking pot, mate.
A lot better than my pot. And so he's going, he's gone up, picked it up to put it on the bench. Someone's grabbed the 20. I swear, someone grabbed the 20 and plopped it in the jug.
Technically, if you're playing the game right, he doesn't have to scull because he's in control of the 20.
So anyway, now he's got the so now he's started sculling his own
piss,
his own urine. And look, this isn't great.
It's
we
not
don't
great.
condone this. This is a long time ago.
No.
This doesn't happen anymore.
No.
Anyway,
Pete Evans drinks his own piss.
Anyway,
I think.
He's gone. So that's absolute madness. The joints. They're raising the roof on this joint. Everyone's like, this is
no one's in hibernation.
We
now,
are
mate.
witnessing a very special moment in time.
Yeah.
And anyway, so he's finished that.
Life member.
And as he's finished it, he's put the jug down and started just going, and he's pointing at his neck. And the 20-cent piece was wedged
in his Adam's apple.
In his Adam's apple. And everyone's like, oh my God, what do we do? And he's trying to tap this 20 down with his hand. Everyone's going,
Does that mean he's sort of got a skull?
Yeah, what's he
got
a
skull?
He's got a skull himself. So we're probably less concerned about the sculling now. We're quite concerned about his well-being.
That's right.
Anyway, he's going, and he's tapping it.
Did you do the Heimlich manoeuvre?
No. Well, he ended up just tapping it down and swallowed it. He swallowed the 20.
Oh, way to fuck a game.
He was done with the game anyway. He wasn't enjoying it. So he's and everyone's just off chops on the phone to the bloody someone's mum was a nurse, rang their mum. What do we do? And she was like,
shit it out.
He's just gonna have to shit it out. And she was obviously rapt to be getting that call. Just crazy times.
That
crazy
is madness,
times.
And that's a huge effort. That is a
remarkable.
massive effort.
Same bloke. It's funny bloke. Same guy one day, he got done DUI.
That really?
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like that kind of guy.
Got done DUI. And
was he drinking alcohol or his own piss?
No, it was alcohol. And he wasn't...
Do you reckon his piss would have had... That would have been alcohol.
Would have had a lot of alcohol,
wouldn't it?
I'd say.
So.
Or do you piss out alcohol? I don't know. Anyway, so anyway, he would have got away with drink driving home from the footy club. Red light. The red light was too long for him, and
he just went through.
No, just shut his eyes and fell asleep and was asleep. I was like about 1 a.m. for apparently it was like 10, 15 minutes. Was just at this red light was going green, red, and he's just sound asleep. And the cops just pulled up and were like, what the fuck is this bloke doing? He was just sound asleep, and they just tapped on the, hey, buddy,
you
been blowing to this?
Ooh.
So, so he's got form, but great guy.
Yeah.
Funny guy. He's got some stories. So that's it, mate. That's nearly our episode.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, that's 48 minutes, mate. So,
is it?
Yeah. Wasn't that good banter?
That was great banter.
And you've had all the shit written down there, and we didn't even get to it. I didn't talk about my monster, the trip that I'm about to embark on with my gigs, but that's all right.
I can talk about I had a shit gig. We had a great moment with Campbell Brown.
Maybe we'll do it next week. We'll talk
about it. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, sorry, that was good fun, good banter. So thanks for listening in. To everyone as well who is getting on the YouTube, thanks for that. We'll keep...
Many people getting on there?
There are.
Are there?
We'll get a bit of a pump up on the YouTube.
Oh,
so,
good.
I mean, we're not... we're not Joe Rogan or anything like that, or... But get on the YouTube. Get on the Good Banter Instagram. We'll post Chris Franklin's The Bloke. We'll post his drink tab. We'll keep things updated on the Instagram.
Don't forget, it's just for that bar. So it's probably 1/10 of what he drank.
Yeah, he's not going out to other bars and saying, I'm just going to have water.
Yeah,
So it's a big effort. It's a great effort. I mean, he didn't drink his own piss, though, and swallow a 20-cent piece. So he's a bit of a pussy.
Yeah.
What else?
Amateur.
Tell your friends about the pod. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on Twitter. Anything else? Just tell your mates. Get around it. Give it a rating. Give it a review. And we will chat to you next week. That is another one.
We're about to go and have some sticky date pudding.
Oh, sticky date pudding. Let's go.
Sticky date
Sticky
pudding.
date. Everyone loves a sticky date.
Well,
see you next week.
Good banter.
Yeah, good banter.
Good banter.